Damn. We are back.
Bro.
Episode 56.
56.
Of the Sports U podcast.
Bro.
We are back.
It's been too long, man.
Man, Gifton, what have you been doing on this long break?
Hey, bro, I had COVID again, so it was...
The second time.
It was looking too good
and
this
he's
time.
still here. California, do not close down. We need it, right?
I mean, this one
was to close down again?
This one was a little skeptical, but
We're already trying to recall Gavin Newsom and shit. It's all off right now. But hey, welcome to the Sports U podcast,
episode 56,
where we read you sports news
and you listen to our stupid ass opinions. Oh, it feels so good saying that.
Oh man, I'm happy to be back. I'm happy that we actually upgraded a lot of different things. Hopefully, you guys can tell. We have a little bit more room in here.
Ooh.
And if you can possibly hear our air going right now.
Fuck you, it's hot.
The dog's outside. It's hot as fuck. We got the doors open. We got the fan going. Goddamn. Let's get on with the show, day, man.
What's going on, bro? You ain't tell me what's up with you, man.
Your
business adventures.
Me, man.
How are you doing? How you doing? How you living?
I got a new job.
Ooh.
Having this on the side, you know what I mean?
Ooh.
Still wanting to do it, but I had to take a little bit of a break there. My boy had COVID, so I remember, I think the third day we got back from New York, because we went to New York.
Oh, New York was a fucking...
Totally forgot about that.
New York was a blast, y'all. New York was a fucking blast.
All right.
Bro.
Let's start off with that one, right? We never really talked baseball.
We never really
talked baseball.
We don't.
We're in New York.
Okay.
And we go into a Yankee game, Yankee Red Sox.
And I have my Timbs on.
He had the Timbs on.
Check the Instagram.
We know we got our flat brim Yankee hats
Fitted.
The day before, fresh out.
Fresh out the box.
I'm telling you.
Mine was fresh from Canada. Didn't even wear it till that day.
We were all ready to go. Yankeed out. But then we looked at the betting. And we wanted to bet, right?
Oh, shit. I forgot.
Yankees, Red Sox. We're like, oh, look at these Red Sox. They're beating these guys all the time. I think they only won, I think they were 7-0 for the season on and so forth.
They were.
They just beat the Yankees beat them the day before, right? So now they're 7-1. And I'm thinking, and I'm telling these guys, we're all kind of conspiring, what are we going to do? What are we going to bet on and stuff? So we want to do a lot of scores. So we bet the over. I think it was at 9.5.
It was over 9 home runs?
I think it, no.
The
nine
score.
Runs. Yeah. So I think it was over 9.5 or so. And so we're like, all right. So we want to bet the over on that because we just want runs and runs and runs to come in. And then we're thinking, and us stupid ass motherfuckers with the Timbs on, with the Yankee hat on, with us just being in New York, of course, using we're so smart. We own a podcast, right? We must be right on every fucking sports thing. We bet on the Red Sox to win the game.
Bro,
and
they got shut the fuck out.
They got basically shut the
fuck out.
It wasn't until the 7th inning that those men scored 2 runs?
I
but
believe so.
That was after 3 home runs.
Yep.
A bomb from Gleyber Torres.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And there was nobody. Giancarlo wasn't in the lineup.
Nope.
Aaron Judge wasn't in the lineup.
Nope.
Oh my God, man! And we lost.
We lost.
We lost the bet. It was over 9 eventually, so we were right on that one, but we were of course wrong on the fucking Red Sox. Little did we know the next fucking day, what happens, Gifton?
They shut out the Blue Jays 11-0, didn't they?
They shut out the Blue Jays 11-0, and in the first inning they dropped 8. So these guys,
shit, really?
Yeah, they dropped 8.
Oh, fuck.
They dropped 8 in the first inning.
I didn't know. Damn, I didn't know it was 8 in the first inning. That's crazy.
So we were all talking. We were all like, man, these Red Sox, they know how to put up runs. It doesn't matter about their pitching. Both of the pitchers sucked that day. They weren't good. I think it was James Talion and I forget the other person's name. But again, there weren't anything marquee, nothing crazy. Dude, what the? They lost.
Yeah.
They lost. And now it's kind of up and down with the Red Sox, Yankees, though. But, Gifton, what was your overall experience being there at Yankee Stadium?
Man, I didn't realize the stadium was so fresh. It was built in 2009, which was great. So it looked really good. Just another historic day, man, going to Yankee Stadium. You know what I'm saying? We're already in the heart of hip hop, where hip hop originated in New York. You know what I'm saying? It's worked its way out to the West Coast, but it's just, man, bro, it was surreal. It was so surreal being in New York.
When you were there, what was the best part about being at Yankee Stadium? For me, man, it was the sky. It was the skyline.
Yep. The skyline
that was
bro,
insane.
because there was the like the apartment complexes that like surrounded the stadium and everything like that. That was so cool.
That was in the background, and then of course it was literally like blue, and it was like raining at certain points. It wasn't good weather when we were there. It was hot. It was humid.
It was very humid,
and it was hot rain at certain points.
Yeah.
It was terrible, but like that time it was like really dark, really dark blue, and then it just etched into this like really nice orange right in the sky.
Yeah,
so that was pretty fucking sick. And then of course having all the apartment buildings in the back was sick too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy that Gleyber Torres hit a home run. Like me and Aaron were talking about that. Shout out Hefe. But overall, man, like that was so disappointing. We thought we had it in the bag. We were about to win. What was it? I think we put like 70 on it or so. We were trying to win like 190 or something like that. Trying to triple our money, and it didn't work out. We got the over right though.
Yeah, it's all good. Right. We still have the great New York experience, man. You've seen New York was cool. The clubs are great. The bars are great. The people were hostile, but I mean, hey, what do you expect being in fucking Brooklyn? We seen one girl beat up three people. Oh my lord, three people in one night, bro.
All right. Let's explain that real quick though.
Let's get into it.
Let's just because this is one of them random shows and shit, right?
Yup.
We're gonna get into it, and then we get back into the sports shit because I do want to talk about Kemba Walker to the fucking Knicks.
Yeah,
and we gotta talk about that shit.
Fournier.
Real quick, we're walking around the corner.
Yep.
We're gonna go on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened? You seen two people, right?
So all of a sudden, there was this black girl and a white girl. And the white girl was like, I ain't gonna say all that on here because you know what I'm saying. But she was basically, the white girl's basically cussing out the black girl, right? White girl walked over across the street. You see the black girl grab her hair, bing, 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 done.
Ooh,
fell out.
But then she twirled her hair like that, like whipped her shit down. Whack. I swear to God, she hit the floor flat. Back.
That was the first girl just fell out, right? Then her homegirl runs up, right? She's like, "Hey," in her mouth. In her mouth,
all that
shit,
she's
right?
Like, "Oh, you want some too?" She goes, "Yeah, I want some."
Bing.
Same ass girl that just dropped the first girl. She grabbed her by her hair, bing, whipped her shit down, bing, to
then
her
you heard
face,
her.
man.
Then you heard her head hit the cement and shit.
She started crying.
Like,
I was like, "Oh, you asked for it though, girl." What do you want me to do?
You asked for it though, girl.
She asked for it.
She did.
You feel me? And then after that, same girl, her boy was trying to take her out. Hey man, let's go. You already got their ass. Two people. Why did she go up to
some Armenian dude and just beat the shit out of him?
He was just walking, just watching the same way we were. And she was like, "Oh, you want some too?" And he was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And she just went up to him.
Just started socking her, bro.
I was like,
socking her. And then this dick.
Wait, no. All right, let me tell that part. So homie who just got bing, is walking towards us now, like
he's like, "Hey yo, what did I do?
What happened?
This
what did I do?" And I was like, "Hey, bro, get away from us, bro. Like we ain't associated with you. Like if you want to come back, like you just got your ass whooped. Walk the other way. Why the fuck you walking back? Some New York shit, bro. I'm smarter. I don't know, bro. I'm walking the other way if I'm getting my ass beat." You know what I mean? Like that's just me.
Oh man,
but New York's crazy.
New York is crazy. Crazy good time. Crazy good time. Enjoyed it all.
New York is crazy, and New York is crazy because they got Kemba Walker
and Evan Fournier.
Isn't that like every single off season for the Knicks? You know what I mean? Like it's just like, oh, we got these players. We're gonna have to do what we got to do with them. But it's a little bit better because they didn't get a whole bunch of more forwards. You know what I mean? So that's the good part. They don't have as many forwards as they did have beforehand.
Okay, no, but at the same time, it's like we're supposed to rely on Kemba Walker and Evan Fournier.
Well, remember about this. They're already a good defensive team. Of course, Tom Thibodeau.
So we add Kemba Walker?
Yeah, I understand that. I get that part, right? So you take a little bit. So they were like at the top defense in the league for a lot part of the season.
They were.
I think they ended up in 3 or something like that.
I don't. Yeah,
they were a good defensive team.
They were. Yes.
So you add Kemba Walker, which hopefully doesn't do too much, but you only can expect what you can expect, and hopefully he stays healthy. We don't want to wish that upon anybody. But think about it, right? Not that much of a hit for defensive wise, right? It's not like you're losing somebody at the like the top. I mean, in like the deep, like if you're using like Rudy Gobert or somebody that's going to protect the rim, you know what I mean? I know it's a big deal for like wings and stuff, but it's all about systems and things like that. And so even if he gets past like the first level, the second level can still help out with the defense. So let's just say that it goes down a little bit, but not crazy, man. I can't imagine Kemba Walker. I don't. Such a big hit on the defensive side that it's like, these guys are trash.
I don't see Kemba being like a big hit on the defensive side, but at the same time,
he's a hit.
It's like
I get you.
It's like for the last 2-3 years, he was getting. When we even talked about it, he was getting exposed. Bubble last season, the year before. Even in Charlotte, like, bro, he was getting exposed as a bad defender. And then you just going, like, I get it. You kind of, you know what I'm saying? You need a point guard, because we can't play D Rose all these minutes. But at the same time, it's like, Kemba, like, we could have got, you know what I'm saying? We could have got somebody better, in my opinion. Reggie Jackson would have been a good fit. Dennis Schroeder would have been a good
Reggie
fit.
would have stayed with the Clippers the whole entire time, though.
Okay.
But, I mean, so Kemba, right?
Okay.
Everything you said, I feel like, is true to a certain extent. But let's think of Kemba and how he fit with the Celtics and how he was with the Hornets, and then how he's gonna fit with this new team, right? With the Knicks.
Well, it's different because in Charlotte he had to be the man.
So he had to be the man, right?
Yeah.
He was the man, and whenever you're the man,
cardiac Kemba, you can be, in his prime.
Like a lot of people with the usage rate, you can put up some really good numbers, right? So now he goes to the Celtics, and he was always the man. He was never really like. From my understanding, and when I watch him, I don't look at him like he's a pass-first guy or he's going to be the guy that sets up teammates and really get them going, you know what I mean? I think he's a create my own shot, and I can make a shot off the dribble. That's why he still dropped 19 points on that Celtics team, you know what I mean? Even with those two high-usage guys on the side of him, which is Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, right?
He still lost.
It's tough. So what I'm saying is that I don't think that he was a good fit with them because they need somebody that's going to pass the rock around.
Right.
When he goes to the Knicks, I don't think they're going to be needing somebody that's going to pass the rock around. I think they need somebody to go get a bucket, right? And him being in the New York media, still having that point production, I think I don't know necessarily what's going to happen. I feel like you have to watch a couple games to see if he's still going to be like a predominant type of contributor in that way on the scoring side.
Okay.
But I think he's going to have a bigger role than he did have on the Celtics.
Interesting.
And I think it's going to be more fitting to his game on the Knicks rather than the Celtics, right? Because the Celtics, what they want is somebody to set up those two guys because those two guys are good enough. They need to build around those two.
Yeah.
Always having a dynamic guard like that, it feels like it's always going to be a great addition. But it didn't work out, and I feel like it's because of that part. That he's I'm going to go get my stuff instead of passing it around. And then when usually he's passing around, he's just swinging it. That's just me seeing it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's just swinging. Unless somebody just gets like a great cut to the basket, then, he's throwing it. But at the same time, it's kind of like... I mean, I just feel like they got Kemba for the fuck of it, just so like nobody else could get him really, because it's like IQ has been great. Summer League last season, D Rose, we already know what D Rose can do. D Rose just got paid again this offseason. So I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not really big on Kemba Walker, man. Like, it's cool, yeah, he's on the Knicks, but it's just like this should have happened 4 years ago.
I also think, okay, so they started D Rose, right?
Okay.
At certain points, but they also brought him off the bench in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
So I think that D Rose can still play that part, and that's why Kemba will be that part.
Yes, of course he can.
Or they can also switch, especially if Kemba is still going to be injury prone. You get me? So now one can start and then one can. I don't think they're ever gonna bring Kemba off the bench. That's weird.
No,
right?
but see, that's
weird.
See,
right?
But that's the thing, though, bro. They trade back to get a dude like Derrick Rose back, who is more of like a pass first. If I gotta take us home, I can do that. Cool point guard that you'd want to have around. Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, R.J. Barrett. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who doesn't really have to get they buckets off first, but you get a point guard who's a scoring machine in a sense, and then it's just like, hey, fuck it, get together and let's see what happens. I just feel like that's not really the guy you want to bring into New York, especially after the year they just had.
Gonna be there, right?
You could have got fucking Ricky Rubio for all I care.
You want Ricky Rubio more than Kemba Walker?
Yes,
that's where I stop it.
Yes,
I think
a pass first point guard like that
on the Knicks.
Yes.
Why?
Because we have Julius Randle. That's the bucket getter. We got D Rose. That's the other bucket getter. I guess Evan Fournier is a bucket. Damn, I'm spitting and shit. I guess Evan Fournier is the bucket getter too and shit because they paid him all that money. So I mean, how you feel about your boy Evan Fournier?
Okay, first of all, I want to talk about Evan Fournier, but that's just it because we seen what he was able to do on the Celtics and how much we already know how I felt about that trade for the Celtics and shit. Now, you need to chill. When comparing an All-Star and Kemba Walker to Ricky Rubio.
When was the last time Kemba was an All-Star? Please tell me.
Probably like 3 years ago, 4 years ago when he was on the Hornets. But I'm telling you, bro, like that's not don't compare my boy to Ricky Rubio. Now that's disrespect right there. Here's like I just said, a pass first on the Celtics, not on the Knicks. The Knicks need a score. And that's because they try to give it
Not him.
He was the best off the market, I feel like, in this situation.
They had to trade for him.
Huh?
They had to trade for him.
Yeah, but he was on the market. You get me?
Okay, yeah.
And he was feasible to get.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. Like, who else? Like, Damian Lillard, but come on, bro.
I'm just saying, bro. Out of like all the point guards that were available, they could have got something better.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see.
In my opinion,
I think they got a good little bargain, and I believe in that front office right now. They've been continuing to make a culture that's been beneficial. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They were home court advantage in the playoffs. It didn't really work out for them, but they were home court. You know what I mean? So that's something great to say.
Hopefully,
now let's.
Yeah.
Oh, I just wanted to switch. You ready?
Go ahead.
We just talking about a point guard, switch teams. Wanted to be more of a scorer rather than a pass first.
Oh, I think I know where you're going.
You got Russell Westbrook now on the Lakers. All right. What's your reaction to hearing that first?
What was your shit? So when I first heard it, I was in the bed sick as fuck, and I was like,
I was like, Russell Westbrook is on the Lakers. He was doing well until he seen the news like, oh Lord.
But no, I seen the news and I was just like, what? Like that's one. They gave up way too much to get him. They gave up way too much, way too much. But it was just like it's interesting because we all know LeBron needs those OG vets around him to really win. We've seen it in Miami, Cleveland, back again in Cleveland, the Lakers. But now it's just like, well, Russ is, he got what, 132 triple doubles this? No. He broke my bad. He broke Oscar Robertson's record this year for the most triple doubles.
Yeah, possibly.
So it's just like, okay, what Russ are we getting here? Are we getting a pass first Russ? Are we getting 30, 13, and 11 Russ? Are we getting the hothead Russ who has something to prove? Not saying that he's a hothead or anything like that, but Russ always plays with a big chip on his shoulder. So it's just like, what Russ are we getting?
I don't think that he needs to be a certain definition of a Russ that was already there.
Yeah, but think about it, bro. You're playing with LeBron and AD. So you're not really there to score like. I don't want to say you're not there to score like that, but it's like there's already two ball dominant players on the team already, and you're the third. Well, fourth behind Melo. But it's like
Melo doesn't have that role anymore. You know that.
Anyway. Okay, yeah. But it's like, bro. It's weird. Like, I like it because I like Russell Westbrook. I like the LA. Like, I like the idea of it, but it's like, how are we going to make this work? That's what I honestly want to know.
So why wouldn't it work? I know you mentioned it, but I want you to, like, kind of say it, like, more concise because it kind of went here. Is it just because
you can't?
What Russ are you going to get pass first or hot-headed? Or are you saying he can't be both? Are you saying, like, it's not going to be a good fit at all?
It's just kind of hard.
It's only one ball. That's what everybody always says. It's only one ball. That's the stupidest fucking argument I've ever heard.
I get that, and I've kind of realized that, like, a couple of weeks ago. But it's just, I don't know. You can't come off of being a role so dominant in Washington and, like, trying to maintain the same role with LeBron. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know who's calling plays on that team.
All right.
It's LeBron.
So this is what I want to say, right?
Okay, go ahead.
All right, the Rockets, they lost, right, with Russell Westbrook.
Sure did.
Do you remember that Russell Westbrook was injured, right?
Yep.
He wasn't fully healthy?
No, he wasn't.
All right. For the Wizards last year, right? Remember how we were all hyped about it? Brodie and the Beal, that's what we called it.
Yeah.
Brodie and the Beal.
It was great. It worked out. It just wasn't going to work long term.
But what happened, though, right?
Didn't work out.
No. In the beginning of the season, they were literally shit.
They were.
They were literally with the Pistons, and record-wise, I picked the Pistons, you picked the Wizards, so we literally bounced back because we feel like they were both some pretty good squads there. Wizards bounced back, but I didn't commit to them fully. But let's that basically what I'm trying to say is they started off shitty, they ended up good. Why did they start off shitty though? Because Russell Westbrook was injured, right?
Okay.
So at the end of it, he was healthy. But who did he run into? I think he ran into the Nets, right? That's what I was
Philly.
Oh, Philly. Okay,
and they won one game, but
yeah, it's Philly though, and then that Wizards team was awful.
It's Philly.
When your third best player is Hashimura, I'm not bagging on him. He's a good player, but I'm just saying like it's not gonna work. So basically what I'm trying to say is that like, and then Bertans is dropping
fucking
eggs.
nothing, bro.
Yeah, all right, so what I'm saying is that Russell Westbrook when he's healthy, dude, that's a great ass fucking player. Like you're insane if you don't think that this is not necessarily gonna work. I feel like that's way too broad. Like, what is the definition? I feel like it's different for everybody when it's gonna work. Does it mean a championship? And that means that it worked.
For the Lakers aspect, it's either championship or bust.
Okay, but let's say they even get to the finals, right? Is it still the failed experiment if they lose to the Nets? Like, I don't think that's a failed experiment. I feel like it went well.
Who said it's gonna be the Nets?
Let's say they lose to the Bucks. Let's say, like, I'm saying that they're going to lose to another team in the East. Let's say they do.
Okay.
Is that a failed experiment? I think not. Now, let's talk about this team, right? So you got LeBron James always going to bring up the ball. And then would you say Kyrie is a ball-dominant guard? He can make his own shit and he can do his own thing. And usually it's pretty himself.
I'm going to say yeah.
All right, so you think he's ball-dominant?
I'm going to say yeah.
So he has hit. So basically, LeBron James has a history of playing with a ball dominant guard, right? That's what we're kind of just established. And it did well. They both dropped 40 in the finals, right? He played with the big man Kevin Love, who can shoot from outside a little bit more. Come on, Anthony Davis is way better than Kevin Love, right? Then you have Kyrie Irving, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Kyrie Irving at like this point in each career, I would definitely like to have a Kyrie Irving over a Russell Westbrook. But what I'm saying is that he still has a different dynamic to him. And when you have people that... I remember how we were talking about IQs and how big of a deal that is?
Yeah.
This guy definitely has a crazy IQ,
right?
right?
I know he does.
But on top of that all, he has a crazy like attitude, the way that he goes about himself. No, everybody's an enemy when I'm on this fucking court type shit. And just to bring that to a Lakers squad who's kind of already hungry, who already feels like, they were kind of deemed in this type of position when they're really actually a lot better team. They weren't bad until AD went down. Now you're just gonna add Russell Westbrook to that. So, man, I'm really looking forward to watching this team. I was really looking forward to watching them last year, especially with all this shit. And it didn't work out with a lot of the veterans, but this one is bearing injury. They look really, really, really fucking nice. And I think they're gonna have to outscore a lot of teams.
Yeah.
And then Anthony Davis is gonna be that extra
They picked up your boy too.
Who?
Kendrick Nunn.
Yeah. I mean, they have a lot of different people that are gonna be in that type of realm too,
Malik
and they're gonna have to figure out a role for each one of these guys.
Yeah,
and let me say this much: learning from the last year,
mm-hmm.
all their roles in the beginning of this season are not gonna be the same by the end of the season, and they're probably gonna roll 7 people deep.
Yep,
like at the end.
I give them 8, 7, 8,
maybe because they're so old. But overall, like I'm really excited about this team. I'm looking forward to watching it because that's gonna be like everybody's already talking about how Russell Westbrook is the greatest show to watch, right? And then you got LeBron James. LeBron James to start traction all the way. You know what I mean? And then you got Anthony Davis, of course, if he could stay healthy. They're gonna be straight, man. Like this is a really good team. This is a really good team. I'm really excited about it because
I'm glad you feel that way. Because, boy, I don't.
Like they said, man, they're not a really good fast break team last year. This guy's going to change all that.
No,
we'll see what happens, man. I'm really excited about it. And I'd rather, like look at it in a different light. Like, if they don't make the champion, I mean, if they don't make it to the finals, like, looking at the West right now, I can see that, being a failure. But if they lose in the championship, that East is starting to get loaded on the other side. So I'm not too worried about it.
To get loaded. Let's talk about Chicago, though. Lonzo going to the Bulls.
All of the acquisitions of the
DeMar
Bulls,
DeRozan.
DeMar DeRozan. They still have again Zach LaVine. I think a lot of people forget about Vucevic that they picked up
is a cold dude,
in the middle of last year. Zach LaVine and Vucevic were not working well together. I think it's because of the lack of play.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually very happy with that. I thought they were going to fit perfectly, especially with Vucevic's outside ability. You know what I mean? And then you also have Lonzo, who to spread the wealth and then do his thing too, which, he's talking a lot of shit. He's been talking a lot of shit every offseason, and every offseason he seems to just, bring in a little bit more every season too.
Yep.
So, man, for the Bulls, what are you expecting from them? Like, floor, ceiling, what's your thing?
Floor, 7th seed, ceiling, 4th seed.
You think they're the new Knicks?
I think they're the Knicks 2.0, in my opinion. I think they're the Knicks only because those are like DeMar DeRozan, good playoff experience. Julius Randle, not so much. Kemba Walker, decent playoff experience. Actually, no, because Lonzo hasn't been to the playoffs either. Okay, so you got me there. But I think just because like the bench, they got like Alex Caruso coming off the bench. They still have Patrick Williams on there, so he's been shining a little bit during Summer League. So I don't know. I feel like the Bulls look better on paper, kind of than the Knicks do.
Mm-hmm. I think for me, I don't think that they're necessarily gonna like their floor a 7th seed. That's tough because that East again just got better. You know what I mean?
Right.
So for me, I think their floor. Damn. But that's just a weird team. You look at it.
Like, they can still make the playoffs, though, right? They can still make the playoffs, yes or no? No matter what seed, do you see them in the playoffs?
I mean, I have to look at a lot of other people.
Think about it, man.
Well, think about it. Even the Magic, right?
I answered every damn question he asked
I get
me,
you.
bro.
I get you. But even the Magic, right? They're getting a lot of people back. Like, if Jonathan Isaac comes back, and he's healthy, that team changes a lot for me because I really have high hopes for Jonathan.
I have high hopes for him too, but they have Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, and Markelle Fultz coming back too. So it's like, hey, who's gonna start here?
Well, they're gonna have a lot of things to figure out. I'm just saying, like, I think Jonathan Isaac is a huge difference maker.
I think Jonathan Isaac is the same.
Can get you to an 8th seed pretty easily. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's leading them, but his contributions on both ends of the floor is definitely a difference maker. Okay. So I'm just saying, that's one part. You know what I mean? That I feel like is something that that's a team that can come out of nowhere. Even the Hawks. They were a 5th seed, and they beat the Knicks and everything. So it's not like even the right placement. Like, they're actually that's what they are. And I feel like a lot of the teams are a little bit closer.
They beat the Knicks and Philly.
Yeah, they beat the Knicks and Philly, so it's pretty crazy.
Crazy.
So if me, man, I look at it, I want to believe in it. I just feel like there's a lot of competition, and I feel like the pieces won't flow together. And
who else is the competition in the East, though? No. For real. Who else? Who else is in competition for the 4th seed?
4th seed? So if you look at it from the top, right, you got, let's say, Bucks.
Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Bucks, Philadelphia. Who's Bucks. The 4th seed?
I mean, I feel like the Hawks figured it out, right?
Yeah, but
they ain't losing anybody.
True, they didn't.
Not from my understanding. And then they're just gonna get better. And Trae Young's got a different name on him. You know what I mean? Different brand on him. Playoff Trae, baby.
Nice Trae.
So I mean, there's a lot of teams to really think about. But for me, what I have to say is that, like, all right. So you got Lonzo, you got DeRozan, you got LaVine, you got Vucevic, and then you got Williams, right? So I don't know, like they got good defense in Lonzo, and then they got okay defense in DeRozan, and then DeRozan starts to pass it a lot better, especially coming from last season. And the Spurs, you're speaking about that, like he's adding that new thing to his game, so that could be really beneficial. You got LaVine, who's just dropping 27, 28 a game type shit. And then you got Vucevic, who can't really play that much defense, but can be an offensive threat.
He'll still give you a double-double.
He can pass too. Yeah. And then and then you got Williams, who's just going to be a spot-up shooter, and I don't think he can play a lick of defense either. Nah. So you got both those guys who can't play a lick of defense. You got LaVine, who I mean, he's athletic enough. I feel like he can do something on that side, but he's not like the greatest thing. Lonzo is definitely out there. And then you have DeRozan, who has a history of being a good defender. but maybe on a new team it's a little bit different and stuff like that. So I feel like, again, when you say Knicks 2.0, the reason why they're so good is because everybody bought in, everybody started doing their defense right, and then when they got to the playoffs, everybody started breaking them down a lot more because their defense got way up too. You know what I mean? And then they also weren't getting the calls, and then they were forcing the people to do the weakness type shit, right? So the Bulls is pretty cool because they have a lot more offensive power, I feel like. But overall, like, I feel like a lot of teams have a lot of offensive power, you know.
Right.
So I think they're gonna fall in the defensive category and not really be. They're gonna do a play-in shit. I think their floor is a play-in. I think their ceiling. I think their ceiling would be. Man, probably like 4th seed because I don't see the top 3 getting switched out anytime.
Nah.
And I mean the Hawks, like, you never know what can happen with the Hawks type of shit. You know what I mean?
True.
But I believe in them. I think the defense is like a huge key. You know, and McMillan came in there halfway through the fucking season, established a defense, and they were able to, like you said, take down the 76ers. So let's get on to them though. 76ers.
Yo, I think Ben gotta go at this point, man. They just extended JoJo today, 4 years, 179 mil. The asking price is way too high for Ben, but I feel like what's gonna happen is, like, All-Star break, they're just gonna, like, hey man, like, we tried to get something decent in return. Let's just go ahead and extend them. I mean, not extend them. Let's just go ahead and trade them. Like, we tried to get something good back. We just gotta give them up.
I think they just handled it terribly. I think that, you know, a lot of them they caught them at the wrong time. You know what I mean? Right at the end of a series that they just lost. It was really close.
Who handled it terribly?
The 76ers organization.
Why?
Because Doc Rivers was questioning him at the end.
Because he has the right to, though.
I understand. Joel was questioning him at the time, right? So all these people are already calling this guy out, and it's like, okay, right? A guy requests a trade, right? It's just a trade request. You know, Kobe Bryant even requested a trade, right? A disgruntled NBA star, a.k.a., you know, James Harden, a.k.a., you know, Anthony Davis, a.k.a., even, you know, I think Chris Paul at a certain point wanted out because of, like, certain things. So basically, a disgruntled NBA star is not that much of a great asset in return. You get me?
Yeah.
So when you have this person, right, and in the Ben Simmons, you're asking this high ass price, but yet everybody knows he wants out. So the price gets lower because it's like, yeah, he already wants out anyway. He's not going to play for you the same way he would have anyway. So why would I pay a premium when I know that I can get this guy at a discount because he literally doesn't want to play for you guys right now? So that's my thing. In my opinion, is that you're asking. You just said it. They asked for a price too high on a asset that's literally just dropped like the fuck out of in value, right? It's like stocks.
Hella.
It went all the way down, but it's actually worth. He's actually worth this much.
His stock is. I don't want to say on the floor, but it is very low.
It is really, really low. They're literally, bro. I was remembering, even me saying, like, and we were talking about it, how Ben Simmons on this type of team, like, without Joel, he's keeping this team afloat. But when he's out, like, Joel, it's not really the same. It's not the same type of flow, right? That's what we were saying. Yeah. I mean, that's what I was saying at least last year. Mm-hmm. And then this guy just kind of folded in the playoffs, of course, right?
Yep.
So I think that there was a lot just broken there. I think the bridge kind of fell right there. And I completely think that they did not handle this situation correct at all. And with that being said, as an organization, now you got to bite the bullet. Like you said, they got to get rid of them. And when you got to get rid of them, you have to take a loss on it, right? Because if you keep him and he's going to just spread, you know, this disgruntledness to the rest of the team, it's going to ruin your season. Mm-hmm. I just personally think that right now, with the way that everything is, they handled it wrong. And now you got a disgruntled NBA star that's just going down in value, and every single time you ask for a higher price, they're just going to keep on looking at you like you're an idiot. You know what I mean? So asking price too high. Ben Simmons' price is really, really low right now on the market. And, of course, what is he? Does he even have his heart in there now? You know what I mean?
Not in Philly.
And then now he's being disgruntled. You know, he has all of these narratives onto him, and Philly's controlling like that whole situation, and they could have handled it a lot better so that, you know, both parties could have benefited from this.
Okay, well, I guess that's fair when you put it like that.
Yeah. So, but even let's say this much: Ben Simmons wants to go somewhere, right?
Okay.
All right. Let's say you're the Spurs.
All right.
You want to go get Ben Simmons. That sounds great, right? Like me, like I'd love to get Ben Simmons. I just lost DeRozan. Let me get a new star, I guess you could say. If I get Ben Simmons, like, that's pretty cool, but I don't really have that much to get back, and like, how much picks am I gonna give? All this, all that. You're the head of the Spurs, right? What would you want to do for Ben Simmons? Would you give up the 3 first-rounders and a star for this man right here? No, right? Like
no.
That's me and you, like, casuals. I'm not gonna do that if I'm an NBA GM. Like, he's worth maybe 2, but not another star player right now.
Yeah.
But if he was still the same Ben Simmons he is, maybe I'll throw in a star player with that. But he sure as hell ain't worth no 3 first-round picks type shit where we're selling off our whole future.
They wanted 4.
But I think that they're asking a lot just to get, 3 back. But even 3, like, come on, man. Like, that's ridiculous. But, I mean, this guy is literally runner-up on Defensive Player of the Year and can really run your offense and change it up really well. And all you got to do is build around him. I don't know. I like, we just seen it with Giannis. Everybody's begging him to shoot. He's worked on it. We've always kind of seen it worked on. Ben still looks the same. They're not the same type of people in that type of way. But I'm saying, though, like, we can't win with the player who can't shoot, blah, blah, blah. Ben Simmons can. He couldn't finish in the playoffs. Like, he passed up some shots, but Ben Simmons can finish. Ben Simmons can definitely distribute. And, I think it's a good gamble to take. But the price definitely has to be right, and with the way that the narrative is, his price is pretty low.
No, yeah, definitely.
His price is pretty low.
Yeah, and it's just because that's the thing, bro. Like, it's just gonna get worse and worse and worse and worse and worse at the point where they're just gonna, like, hey, fuck it, like, we just gotta get rid of this dude, and that's why it's just like, and I don't want to call it the Daryl Morey effect, but it's just like, damn, bro, like, why? It's gonna get bad. Him and JoJo really don't, communicate like that off the court like that.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we gonna keep like we're just being stingy and stupid by having this outrageously high asking price for him? But we know this is gonna get bad the longer it takes to get this trade through.
Hey,
damn, I can't talk.
No, you're fine. And the thing is that, hey, the worst thing they can say is no.
True. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
The worst thing to say. and that's pretty much it. Like, we don't got to get rid of them right now, so I guess they're playing their cards right. But, nah, bro, like, that price is pretty crazy. But let's get on to another topic I want to ask you about, actually. So, you have the NFC East.
Okay.
The Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
The Redskins.
Washington
the Giants.
Team.
Oh, thank you so much.
He still can't get. We've been off the whole month, and he still can't get it right.
The Washington football team. I was about to say the Redskins.
Yeah, I know you were.
The Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
The Eagles.
Yes, sir.
And the Giants.
Ooh.
Gifton. You got Smith. Devontae Smith. He's out, but he came back for his.
I like him. The receiver for the Eagles, right?
Yeah, receiver.
I like him.
He's the Alabama boy, man.
Bama.
Roll Tide. So he's coming back, right?
Yep.
It seems like he had a sprained knee. Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy because they were talking about how slim he is and can his body last, and he's already injured. That's fucking insane. But that's the Eagles, right?
Right.
They have pretty good receivers or high potential receivers, and then of course they have the quarterback Jalen Hurts.
Yes, sir.
So that's the Eagles, right? And that's their story.
Mm-hmm.
You also have the Giants with Danny Dimes. Is he real or is he not? Did you see that video the other day?
I did.
What happened?
And then I seen that other video. My homie Steven sent me. Shout out Steven.
What's up?
Hold on. I should have had it up earlier. But they were running like a set, and all of a sudden you see him like break out the pocket, look down to the left of the field, and throw it. But nobody was there. Like, he just got it out of his hand immediately and throw it. Watch, I'll show you. Right now.
I mean, I seen the other video the same way.
Yeah, is Danny Dimes the truth?
No, that's a fucking rhetorical question because everybody should already know.
No.
Danny Dimes, 10 losses. Danny Dimes. So you have, of course, him, Danny Dimes, and Saquon Barkley coming back. Let's see what he can do, especially for that team. And then, okay, so we talked about the Eagles. We talked about the Giants. Yeah, the Cowboys with Dak Prescott getting his second MRI right now. Yeah, that's the one I seen.
Okay.
So you have Dak Prescott getting the second MRI right now, and this is going to be on his shoulder this time, not his ankle. So it's going to be a little weird with that, and we don't really know what's going on, but second MRI is definitely bad. And then you have, of course, the Washington football team, the one that everybody seems to forget about, with Ron Rivera, and of course, they got Dwayne Haskins. Oh wait, no, not Dwayne Haskins. Excuse me.
Nah.
They got somebody on their back.
Heineke.
No, they have.
Oh, who's the backup?
Yeah, no,
who is the backup? Oh, Fitzmagic.
Is it Fitzmagic?
Yeah, it's Fitzmagic.
I thought they had somebody else too. But yeah, so the Washington football team with that defense too. You know what I mean? Chase Young is looking amazing in his second year as well.
Seems to be no sophomore slump from him.
Who do you got in this division? You know, we're getting right into it. It's coming up pretty soon here.
It is. I can't wait for football season to start this year.
Yeah. Who do you got for this season?
See, and I was gonna take the Cowboys, only because I felt like Dak and Zeke definitely got a prove it year coming up on them. Zeke just kind of really, it seems like if Dak's not there, I don't want to say he's not going to hunting, but it's just like it's not getting done. You know what I'm saying? The team is definitely not the same when Dak Prescott's not starting. But then he told me he has an MRI on his shoulder, so now I question that. The Eagles, I like Jalen Hurts. And Devontae Smith. There's just nobody else kind of there. Danny Dimes, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you still got Dallas Goedert, who's a really good tight end.
Dallas Goedert is cool, but it's just like besides him and Devontae, who else is? You know what I'm saying? Like who's the Eagles running back? Do you know? Because I have no fucking.
Yeah, fucking.
See?
Nah, because he really came on for them in the past couple of years here, and he's actually really good. I'm blanking on his name.
Right, but it's just So I think Danny Dimes. Yeah, don't believe it. Honestly, man, I think I'm gonna take the football team.
The football team?
I think I'm going to take the football team. Only because, they're always, like you said, they're that team that we kind of count out or whatever.
Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders. See, you had to Google it.
Well, hold up, bro. Miles Sanders is really
You had
good.
to Google it, cheater.
Couldn't think of anything.
But, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the football team, man. I think, because even the football team last year when they played the Patriots in the playoffs, like, they knew they weren't going to win. But it was just great to see the football team come together like that and make an attempt to stop Tom Brady. Even though they know they weren't, it's good to see Tyler Heineke out there. Chase Young, even though Chase Young got his ass blown up. But, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's still good to see them fight and compete. And I think with the OG there, like Fitzmagic, you know what I'm saying, who's in Tyler Heineke's ear all day, I think I'm gonna go with the football team this year, bro. What about you?
They must have drafted or got somebody. I feel like I'm missing somebody. But yeah, like
their quarterback.
When it comes to I feel like I'm missing. Here,
I gotta look. Yeah, please look.
Let me see.
Because if it's not Tyler Heineke, I don't know who else it is, bro.
No, you're right with Fitzmagic type thing. But you're talking about just the backup.
Who's the starter? It's Heineke, right? It
would be Heineke. I don't think it's Heineke.
Who else did they get?
Yeah, so his backup is Tyler Heineke, and they have Kyle Allen on the back too, which he's worked with Ron Rivera already, so he knows his stuff. But yeah, you're right, but it is Fitzmagic. So for me, I look at this division, and every single time it's gonna change up. Every single time it's always gonna be trash, and somebody's gonna pop up out of nowhere, right? So if I have to think of each one of these teams and who's gonna be the most ready, I just feel like it would have to be the football team as well. Now, when I think about it, like I really want to go for the Cowboys, but I don't think that you could put your chips into somebody when it's like a Dak Prescott, a huge driver in that, not just team but organization, as to what a winning football team looks like.
Right.
His passion, the way that he holds himself, and the culture that he brings. Like everybody misses that guy. You know what I mean? As long as we got that guy at our head of the team, we're doing well. Sorry, guys. Again, we have the doors open.
I don't know if it picked that up.
And we got the sprinklers out on and shit. So, yeah, I mean, I definitely feel like the Washington football team can go ahead and pull it out. When you speak of the Eagles, I just think they have so much young talent that we'll see them.
We don't know where it's going yet.
Band together eventually.
Right. Yeah.
But now, Your first round pick's already getting hurt,
Yeah.
and he's still really really slim. So if he gets hit by these big dudes, I don't know how long he's gonna last. You got, of course, Jalen Reagor, who was injured last year too, and it's like, how are we gonna rely on that guy as well? Their offensive line continues to go up and down, and they can't stay healthy either. And then when you speak about their defense, the defense is starting to get a little bit old. You know what I mean?
Yes, it is. So,
they never had a secondary for the longest time either. So they're not good on that side, and the other side they can be great, but there's a lot of potential. Nothing really showing for, no proof yet. And then, of course, there's a lot of injuries when it comes down to that part. Now, when you come down to the Giants, I feel like they have the highest, honest to God, potential.
They do.
And Danny Dimes could be a really great person for them. If
he's so disappointing.
Like I said, man, 10 losses. 7-10, the 17 games this year. So when it comes down to it, that leaves the Cowboys and the Washington football team, right? When I look at, again, the Cowboys, I see them always boasting up their players, always saying that this guy's going to be good. They're always boasting up a new secondary guy. They're talking about Quandre Diggs and how he's making a change and how he's going to be a big guy. And they're talking about this new guy, Parsons, as well, who's going to possibly, take over either one of the linebackers. So it's Van Der Esch and Jalen Smith, I think it is, Jalen Smith. And so Jalen Smith just got paid, and I think they might release this guy now just so that they can have some money. And also, he's not really performing unless he has another good linebacker on the field like a Leighton Van Der Esch. So if Van Der Esch can stay on the field with his neck problem, if Jalen Smith can have at least that crutch, I feel like they can be a lot. But I mean, it's just all their timestamps are a little bit weird for this team right now, and then their offensive line is not going to get anywhere. The Washington football team's offensive line is great. Their their linebackers are great. Their secondary can be great too. But
the coach is great.
When you have a good line, you make their secondary a lot better. Yep. And yes, Ron Rivera is definitely a great inspiration, coach. Great culture maker, and defensive prowess and that type of stuff too. So overall, man, I think I'm gonna have to go with you and ride the Finch Magic train right there.
Agreed.
And take it all the way to the end right there. But how many minutes we got into this?
We are 47 minutes.
How do you feel? You think you want to talk about one more thing? Let's see.
What's the last thing?
Let me see
here.
We
could always clip it out and put out 2 videos. Whatever you feel like. Let me see that charger though.
Yeah, no worries. All right, I guess we could call it right there if you need the charger.
Cause it's on 30%, so we can get one last topic out.
Let's see. Let's go. Let's see what else is on with the NFL here. Cause we were just winging it today, guys. Oh, yeah. Okay. How about this one? I actually want to talk about this. So Jamal Adams
got extended 4 years, 77 million.
I think it is 77 million. And then he goes Adams on Seahawks deal. Mama knows best. I don't know what the fuck that means. But yeah, Mama knows best.
His mom knew he was gonna do it.
Do you think he's gonna be that's his agent maybe?
Is it? I wouldn't be surprised.
Michael Adams helped.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Michelle Adams helped push the deal through when she sent her son a text message Monday night from back home in Dallas. She said, "My full name," and this is from ESPN by Brady Henderson. She said my full name and my mother. And when my mother says my full name, I think I need to pay attention. She gave me a little paragraph and basically just told me that you don't have to prove anything else to anybody. You did enough. We're happy as long as my family's happy and I'm happy. I can come and do what I love to do. That's all that matters to me. So it sounds like he's throwing in the towel for me.
Ooh, why?
Why do you, when you're signing a deal and you're just settling with, oh, I'm happy, whatever makes me happy, all this, all that. I just feel like that it deflects all the things that was happening last year in the last part of the Seahawks' season. I know that he was injured.
The line was ass, and he had absolutely nothing to do with it.
Well, he was definitely, injured at the end, so he wasn't able to do the same thing as he's able to do because he can stop. They fucking wanted a division like that because he stopped us at the goal line there. But what I'm trying to say is that if you listen to that language right there, and I don't want to dig too deep into it because I don't know what the fuck goes on with this guy. I just think that he's kind of deflecting what's really going on with this Seahawks team is that we traded a lot for you. Yeah, we had to lock you up. You know, so there was no choice into not really giving you the bag. But my big thing is that, you know, like maybe he is just talking about his mom's like, yeah, you know, this is where we want to be. This is what we want to do. We want to win, so on and so forth. But he's just saying like, you know, I'm settled. I'm cool. Like we don't have to prove anything to anybody. I do what I did, and we're happy where we are. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's not really the things that I want to hear from my, you know, strong safety. I really want this guy to be like, yeah, we about to go, like, you know, we came up short last year, you know, we won the division. I called us champions. I lit the cigar the wrong way. He put the mouthpiece on the outside and he fucking lit the mouthpiece. So, you know, he really gloated and he couldn't really deliver in the end because, of course, you know, he was injured, and I definitely, you know, credit to that because I think that he's a great player. But man, like, again, these Seahawks, I do not see them getting better. You know, they made a little bit of transitions with the line and stuff. I think they also provided him with an extra weapon. I forget what it is. But keep talking about it like last year. All three of their running backs are healthy. You know, the only okay, maybe Jamal Adams is their like crutch or the thing that they can blame it on or whatever. But literally, you know, they had Lockett.
Yep.
You know, they have Lockett. They have Metcalf. They had three healthy running backs. They had, of course, Russell Wilson. And then they had a line, according to ESPN, which was at least top 10. Like, I know that it must be a little worse because of, you know, Russell Wilson was able to make a lot out of nothing.
Yep.
But offensively, how can you get any better? Defensively, isn't that Pete Carroll's, like, prowess? You know what I mean? Like, that's his main thing. So, I mean, they got Jamal now. They got him all set up. They lost a couple people on the secondary, but maybe, you know, this is still going to be able to do that part. And he's no stranger in developing people on the secondary. And then, of course, you have Bobby Wagner right there to captain everything. So as long as you have Bobby Wagner, as long as you have Jamal Adams, I feel like you should be okay.
Mm-hmm.
How can you get any better? With what they have, I just think that they're just putting little Band-Aids over everything.
You already got DK on one side. You have Ty Lockett on the other side and Chris Carson behind you. So what else?
They are putting Band-Aids on everything, and
That's
they're not addressing the real thing is that
the line.
Well, you know,
it's the line, bro.
The line was a top 10 apparently from ESPN, but I'm just saying, like, I just don't see that this team is the right place for us to really win another championship. That's just me. Maybe it's the coach, maybe it's the culture. I just don't see after last year them having a better chance, and this division is just getting better. Remember the Cardinals getting all their new additions? Remember Kyler Murray getting a new, like, you know, extra year?
Mm-hmm.
Remember those 49ers getting all healthy, getting Jimmy back, possibly getting Trey Lance to be the next upcoming guy? The Rams just got Stafford. Apparently, he's the main shit. So, Seahawks, like, they're basically the same person as they are. I mean, the same team as they are last year. Made a little bit of Band-Aid cuts. But as we see, and we're going to see with Russell, like, another reason why that line looks so bad is because, like, you know, Russell also likes to scramble, likes to make the big home run plays. So, for me, you know, this Seahawks signage, I don't think too much of it. And as much as I do love Jamal Adams as a player, I don't really see them doing too well and making a huge playoff run.
Damn. Man, you know what, bro? I think I'm gonna have to agree with you.
You suck. We're supposed to debate. But yeah, no, why?
Well, I agree with you that they didn't, you know, there was no, like, big moves or anything like that. I still think, cause that's the thing, that division just kind of got tougher, so.
I'm telling you, bro.
I'm saying you're hitting every nail on the head right now. I think I'm gonna have to agree with you, brother. I don't see nothing big out of the Seahawks either. I think you're taking that Jamal Adams thing a little bit too serious. But I mean,
the way that I interpreted his quote.
Because again, we don't know how he thinks at the end of the day. We don't know his situation.
He's 25.
Or anything like that. Right?
Yeah, he's young. That's crazy. I didn't know he's 25.
That's wild. 25. But yeah, bro. I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. I don't think they're gonna do anything crazy this year, man.
Yeah,
if they win. The craziest thing, they win one playoff game. That's it.
Well, he's not good in coverage. He just stops. He stops the run. Good run stopper. But yeah, I guess that's it. We talked a little bit of baseball. We talked some basketball, and of course we talked a little bit about some football. Episode 56.
56.
I think that's a wrap.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
No sound effects this time.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No sound effects. We didn't have time.
I thought we had everything down.
We didn't time.
I guess we just didn't have that sound effects this time.
Whatever, that's fine. We back, bitch. I don't need a soundboard to provide my own sound effects and shit. We are back. This guy, me, we're back. Dual View, we're back.
Dual View.
Quit your job. Damn, I forgot what I always said. Quit your job.
Go get some Funyuns.
Go get some Funyuns.
Eat them.
Eat them. Get some water. Get some popcorn. Tell your girlfriend. Tell your best friend. Tell them chickens in the back of the seat. We are back.
We are back.
And remember
to always
support you.
Appreciate every one of you guys. Have a good night. I said guys.